Hey guys, what's up? Venkatesh, and I'm live again with an academy, right? So, and I'm here to take a session on how to write mains answers as well as essay. क्योंकि इस समय सबसे important चीज जो लोगों को लग रही है just after the prelims is कि if someone guides them through the process कि how to prepare for answer writing and how to prepare for their um, uh, their ऐसे राइटिंग एज वेल सो कुछ लोगों को ज्वाइन इन करने देते हैं राइट प्रज्वल हाय सो लेट सम पीपल ज्वाइन इन तो सम बीच में कुछ सॉरी या ऑलराइट सो लेट सम पीपल ज्वाइन इन उसके बिगिन विद दिस सेशन So in the meantime, आप लोग का कैसा हुआ prelims? If you have given the prelims, how did you find it? How easy or how tough did you find it? If you can just use the comment section to let us know about that. Hi Naveen Deol. Hi Partha. Hi Utkarsh. So how are you all doing? कैसा चल रहा है आप लोग का? How is your preparation going? Sushmit is also live. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's begin with the session. I am Venkatesh Chaturvedi. I am a verified educator on an academy, and I'll be taking a session on letting you know how to write mains answers as well as your essays, because that is one of the questions which generally people ask just after prelims कि कैसे पढ़ना है, क्या करना है, and how actually is the answers to be written. Yes, Obaid Khan, that's what I also have heard from people that prelims was tough. All right, so yeah, okay. So all right. Before we go forward, I just like to mention that my course on Unacademy Plus, मेरा course Unacademy Plus पे जिसका नाम है 1000 most important topics for UPSC CSE 2019. तो 2019 को टारगेट करते हुए ये कोर्स है Unacademy Plus पे, जिसके रजिस्ट्रेशन चल रहे हैं 11 जून से स्टार्ट होगा एंड इट विल एंड इन सितंबर, जिसका आपको अभी लिंक अनअकैडमी ने कमेंट्स में भी डाल दिया है, और साथ ही साथ में आपको वो डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी उसका लिंक मिलेगा. सो यू कैन क्लिक ऑन द लिंक and you can actually you can find the whole description there. So it's actually a comprehensive course जिसमें history भी पढ़ाया जाएगा, geography भी पढ़ाया जाएगा, political science भी है. It's a comprehensive course. It's not catering to one subject per se, but it is catering to all the subjects, and within the 3 months of time all of that would be dealt with, right? So आप इसको you can just register for the course. It will be a nice experience if if you want a head start for 2019 examination. All right, चलिए दोस्तों, let's discuss the topic at hand, right? So we'll start off with essay, right? Essay में क्या होता है, if you have seen the pattern, so 2 questions आपको करने होते हैं. So there would be options जो आपको दिए जाते हैं. There are options which from which you have to choose 2 topics जिसके ऊपर आप essay लिखेंगे, and approximately 2000 words are the number of words which you are expected to write, combining the both the essays, right? So the first paper जो आप लिखेंगे, that is an essay paper, and after that you come to the GS. So GS में if you have seen, and if you have seen, so yeah, Anurag, आपने अच्छा सवाल पूछा है. Actually, there are 9 papers which you have to write in mains, right? 2 papers are your English and your language which is there, and which are basically just qualifying. उसमें just qualify करना होता है, grammar वगैरह पूछा जाता है English और हिंदी का. I mean हिंदी मेरे लिए जैसे for example है, but बाकी schedule languages जो होती हैं 8 schedule में, वो वाली languages बाकी भी आप opt कर सकते हैं, right? Then आपके 7 other papers में से 1 is an essay paper, right? Then there are 4 papers which are your GS papers, right? GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4. 2 optional papers हैं, right? Okay, so and आपका that comprises of, and आपके that comprises wholly of these subjects which are there, right? So अब इसमें हम लोग अब ऐसे को अगर हम देखें and GS को देखें, तो GS में if you see that you have to write 2 साल पहले तक you had to write 200 words in each of the questions, जिसमें there were 20 questions, so 4000 words was the upper limit to write in a GS paper. It is the same right now, just उन लोग ने कर दिया है कि 10 सवाल आते हैं 150 words के, 10 सवाल आते हैं 250 words के. So overall it's more or less the same number of words. Maximum 4000 words हैं. On an average a person would write maybe 3700 or 3500 words, and that would be enough, right? And if you compare this with your essay paper, तो essay paper में अगर आप देखेंगे, so you have to write maybe 2000 words. So the fact remains that आपको it's not about the speed in your essay paper, right? So you have ample amount of time to actually sit, रीड द क्वेश्चन इजीली, चूज बिटवीन द वेरियस ऑप्शंस, राइट? जो वेरियस ऑप्शन ऑफ द ऐसे आपको दिए जा रहे हैं उसमें आप चूज करने के आपके पास एम्पल टाइम होता है, पॉइंट बनाने के पॉइंट टाइम होता है, देन यू कैन एक्चुअली इजीली राइट दी in good handwriting, right? You can write it. All right, so इसलिए आपके जो ऐसे पेपर है उसमें it's not about the speed but it is about the quality of answer which you write. All right, unlike in GS paper जिसमें if you are writing 4000 या 3500 words भी, it is a matter of speed, it's the matter of quickness. You don't actually have time to think much, just go on writing, right? So that's the difference between your essay paper and your GS paper. Now if we come to your essay की कैसे, how to prepare, all basic English अगर आपको आती है, you can write grammatically correct sentences, you can link paragraphs, link ideas and write in that manner, then it's not at all tough for you, right? If you are not able to do that, then what you need to do is आपको you need to then आपको practice करनी पड़ेगी, and practice maybe if you take my personal opinion, one essay per week is something which would be more than enough. One essay per week अगर आप practice कर रहे हैं on a standard topic, you can actually take up an essay of previous year and just solve it, ठीक है ना? You just need to make a habit of writing an essay, and that should do it. Now अब essay लिखते समय when you write essays, right? So there are 2-3 things which you can actually do before you go for your essay answers, I mean essay का paper में. One is, you need to have certain quotes handy, quotes of thinkers like your Gandhi ji हो गए, Plato हो गए, Aristotle हो गए, Marx हो गए. So all these people would have some Vivekanand हो गए, Rabindranath Tagore हो गए, right? So you have some quotes जो आप कहीं पर जनरली इसको फिट कर सकते हैं, right? So those कुछ 5-6 होंगे maximum that you can actually remember by heart just before the examination and try to use them at the perfect place. That is one thing. Secondly, कुछ ranking and कुछ data which actually you must already have studied from आपके your GS part, that actually helps a lot. Just for example, I'll give an example ki I had given my mains the 2 years back, and I got 140 score in that, right? And one of the topic which I took was on women, women issues. It was something related to that budget should be engendered, right? And in that I started off with the data from the gender gap report, right, of the World Economic Forum. I told that 87th was the rank back then in 2016. 87th was India's rank. I told that in these these are the 4 parameters in which they are judged, and we are lacking in this. We are doing fairly well in this, right? And then that build up, so you can understand that these kind of data in terms of, say, rankings in ease of doing business, rankings in say your telecom, ranking in your gender parity, wage gap, then you have GDP data, then you have the data related to your MMR, IMR. So these things should be handy, and you can actually choose your topic so that you can utilize these data which you have learned, ठीक है ना? So that is a thing which actually these two things, codes and ये इसको अगर आप handy रखेंगे, it will actually help you a lot. And then obviously when you are practicing, so आप week में एक ऐसे भी अगर आप लिख रहे हैं of 1000 words, I think that would be more than enough. You do not have to go for any coaching, you do not have to take up any course for that. That is something which I would suggest, do not waste your money on essay, at least that is my personal opinion, ठीक है ना? Then we come to your mains का answer writing, ठीक है ना? Mains, yes, perfect. Shraddha Gupta means that reports and indices are really important for mains as well. Exactly. So it's not only for prelims. उनके जो कुछ कुछ आपके रैंकिंग इंपॉर्टेंट रैंकिंग्स होती हैं, राइट? इंपॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर्स यूज किए जाते हैं. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, आपको एग्जांपल लेता हूं, राइट? इफ एन ऐसे कम्स से ऑन ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस, हाउ इज इंडिया फेयरिंग इन ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस, you can actually circle all around the 10 parameters which are there given in the ease of doing business index by the World Bank, right from enforcement of contracts to the setting up a business. All those 10 if you know those 10 points, it will help you out indirectly in writing the essay there, right? Now if you come to the mains answer writing, so अब उसमें 2-3 सवाल बड़े ही इंटरेस्टिंग आते हैं. That is आपके your how to structure and mains answer, GS का mains answer writing. Do we go by headings? Exactly, जो YouTuber viewer ने बोला, exactly that is what is the confusion. Do we go heading wise? Do we make headings, or do we go paragraph wise or do we go point wise, which one is better, right? So इसका आंसर ये है, there is no one fix all solution to दिस क्वेश्चन, ठीक है ना। देयर इज नो ये कि अगर आपने सिर्फ पॉइंट वाइज लिखा है तो आपको नंबर ज्यादा मिलेंगे, सिर्फ आपने पैराग्राफ वाइज लिखा है तो नंबर ज्यादा मिलेंगे। इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन विच इज देयर, ठीक है ना। आई विल गिव यू एग्जांपल्स फ्रॉम प्रीवियस 2017 का मेंस से मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूं। ऑलराइट, सो अभी पहले देखते हैं आप जनरली अगर आप किसी मेंस आंसर को स्ट्रक्चर करेंगे, यू एक्चुअली नीड टू स्टार्ट विद एन इंट्रोडक्शन, अ ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन, 3-4 lines, that's it, starting off with the context. Then you already need obviously need the main body and you need to conclude in the end. So that is a very 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 basic structure which generally everyone follows, राइट। अभी लगता है टाइम की कमी है तो कंक्लूड करें ना करें, कंक्लूजन मांगा नहीं है तो कंक्लूड करें ना करें। सो वन ऑफ द इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग्स इज विच आई हैव आल्सो टॉक टू सेवरल अदर टॉपर्स एज वेल एंड दे हैव आल्सो सजेस्टेड द सिमिलर कॉन्सेप्ट दैट अगर लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन of giving you suggestions, then तो आपको conclude करना ही है। But if someone is just asking you to enumerate some things, right? Enumerate the pros and cons, for example. The question इतना simple है and उसमें ये नहीं बोला आपको लग रहा है ये conclude करें ना करें फर्क नहीं पड़ता, but फर्क पड़ता है if you end on a positive note on most of the questions, right? Even if you are writing a critical appraisal जिसमें आप थोड़ा negative tone में बोल रहे हैं, but you end up that say for example with proper implementation and policy initiative and political will, the end goal can be realized, something of that. So just a single line actually that brings about a positive impact in the examiner as well, right? Because they think that the person that your personality is of a positive personality, that regardless of the various challenges, regardless of the various cons which you have mentioned, you are also optimistic about that. There is still scope, there is still hope to actually come up with the better results. So इसलिए ना आपका conclusion on a positive note something is which it goes mild with that. Then if we come to the important thing about point wise लिखें कि paragraph wise लिखें. So let me give you some examples of questions and you can understand कि what I mean by कि it is not one fix all solution. Like अगर हम question देखें, mention the advantages of the cultivation of pulses because of which the year 2016 was declared as the International Year of Pulses by the United Nations, right? अगर आपके ये क्वेश्चन है, so you can understand कि it's asking directly कि advantages क्या हैं, right? So you can actually directly in a statement start off by saying that the advantages of cultivation of pulses are, and 1 2 3 4 5 point wise point blank you can start writing, no questions, उसमें कोई doubt नहीं है, ठीक है ना। Simultaneously, how does Juno mission of NASA help to understand the origin and evolution of your Earth, right? So again you can directly write in point wise, there is no problem with that, right? Because आपको कुछ उसमें do not have to give your opinion as such, you can directly write point wise there. Again similar question आपका देखिए, discuss the role of public account committee in establishing accountability of the government to the people. Again, role and responsibilities, you can write about role and responsibilities, you can enumerate, you can actually how point wise helps is the fact that you actually save on many words. So आपकी जो word limit क्योंकि रहती है, so you rather than writing complete sentences, you can write phrases and save on words and therefore are able to write more number of points, ठीक है ना। So that is what point wise helps in. But on the flip side, if you see a question like critically examine the Supreme Court's judgment on NJAC 2014 with reference to the appointment of judges of higher judiciary in India. अब क्वेश्चन ही है critically examine, critically analyze. अगर जब क्वेश्चन ही ऐसा है तो you cannot write point wise. Generally point wise इसमें अच्छा रहेगा भी नहीं, because you need to give your opinion, you need to give the whole line of thought, you need to have complete sentences in explaining that why you are thinking that way, right? So generally आपकी जहाँ critically examine, critically analyze है, examine है, discuss है, in these questions generally point wise will not be the right way to go, it will mostly be आपके paragraph wise. Alright. Similarly, initially civil services in India were designed to achieve the goals of neutrality and effectiveness, which seems to be lacking in the present context. Do you agree with the view? समझ, do you agree? Question आपका व्यू पॉइंट पूछा गया है, पॉइंट वाइज क्यों लिखोगे, मतलब इसमें it does not make sense, right? So इसलिए so there is no one fix all solution. Point wise जहाँ पर लिखें, जहाँ पर आप when you think that point wise will save on words and it's more impactful, you can supplement your answers with flowchart, with diagrams, that actually helps in saving words and makes your answer more diverse in terms of the kind of representations which you use, right? So these are the few things which I would be, I thought of communicating to you guys. I hope that this helps you in your preparation forward in terms of your answer writing. And my course on answer writing is actually live on an academy right now. Right, the name of the course is Daily Mains Answer Writing, in which in the morning I give out 3 questions for you to attempt during the day, and then by the evening I roll out the model answers as well. All right. So, if you have any questions, if I might have missed out on a few of the questions, you can just, please comment. We can have, 2-3 minutes of discussion as well. Some specific question which you have regarding preparation, regarding any particular subject. So, yeah, Anurag, please tell me what's your question. How to choose topics of essay writing from Kurukshetra Yojana economic survey or from newspaper? Yeah, see, the topics of essay you can find from any insights. Also gives topics of essay. IS Baba also gives topics of essay. There are essay courses on an academy as well. So there's no dearth of topics for essay. They are very standard questions. The best which I can say is try to solve last 5 years essay topics from UPSC itself. They are the best sources, right? Structure of essay of dynamic topics. Priyanka, so can you be precise about what do you mean by the dynamic topics as such? If you can give me some examples there. Deepthi, I didn't understand what about the sections. जीएस के लिए बुक्स सी जीएस के लिए बुक्स आपके स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स लक्ष्मीकांत योर एनसीईआरटीज जीसी लियोंग दे आर आपके रोमन सैनिक के भी कोर्सेज हैं right, which is there. You can check it out. It has a comprehensive list of courses. Artika Shukla ने भी दे रखा है, टीना राज ने भी दे रखा है. So all the toppers have actually given the list. I think they are the standard book which most of us follow, right? What is the criteria of essay? See, there are वही see, आपका जो स्ट्रेंथ होगा, राइट, जनरली यू विल ट्राई टू आंसर इन दैट मैनर ओनली. अगर आप प्रीवियस पेपर ही देख लो, सो प्रोबेबली इन दोस 4-5 जो ऑप्शंस होते हैं, यू विल फाइंड कि अच्छा मे बी इट्स योर पॉजिटिव इन टर्म्स ऑफ कि वो आपके ऑप्शन से रिलेटेड है. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल एनजेंडरिंग ऑफ बजट व्हिच आई अटेम्प्टेड was actually related to public administration, which is my optional, right? So my optional helped me on answering that particular subject, right? So you can actually do that also. Is it important to write history of the issues that asked? See, history of the issue, what is being asked, you need to directly tackle that. You do not have time to actually build about too much. You can just give a brief introduction, a brief background, maybe 2-3 lines in the beginning, and then come to the direct issue. ऐसे में कितने चॉइस मिलते हैं? सो ऐसे में देर आर 5 ऑप्शंस इन ईच एंड यू टू चूज वन आउट ऑफ देम, राइट? सो 2 लिखने होते हैं आपको. 8 to 10 टॉपिक जनरली लेते हैं. इट वेरीज कभी कभी. सो 8 to 10 टॉपिक्स रहते हैं. या ऐसे में डायग्राम्स, सी आई when would one topic should be given? Right. So then in that you need to be well aware about what is happening around you, and that would be the best way to actually attempt those kind of essay answers, right? Topics being related to women, children, poor people, religion. Yes, exactly. So that is what I'm talking about. These are related to your current affairs. Generally, your the facts and figures of the various rankings, the various indices would actually help in answering those questions. And your preparation for GS actually helps in writing your essay, because if you're tackling a question, say, for women empowerment, you obviously would have studied women empowerment. You would have studied about engendering of budget and stuff like that in your society topics, right? You would have like if there's a question on, say, tribal issues, you would have studied the concept of Sanskritization in your GS part itself, and that will actually help you in writing your main essay paper as well. See, Nitin, you asked current affairs कहाँ से करें? So current affairs is आप newspaper तो आपको एक रोज पढ़ना ही है, right? And इसके अलावा you also can refer to the the various compilations, say, from Vajiram or Vision IAS or from an academy के जो आपके analysis होते हैं, that will help out. Again, about government schemes and academy courses are there. Vision also rolls out your IAS, आपका वो भी है. Shankar IAS also rolls out your compilation, so that would be more than enough. ठीक है ना? Essay writing to use uh, high type vocabulary or no. So see, too tough and vocabulary is something which you should avoid. Right? If you're able to use it, it's fine and enough. But generally it's like keep it simple. Keep it simple. Silly is the mantra for GS papers and your essay papers. Do not have to write very flowery English. Basic English is something which would be more than enough. All right. Okay, Sen. Yeah, I think that would be enough. That would be it. I hope that this session helps you in streamlining your preparation forward. And again, I would just like to mention that my course on Unacademy Plus, by the name of 1,000 most important topics for UPSC CSE 2019, is up for registration. You can check the course out. It's the date of the closing date of the registration is there very soon on 11th. So you just have 4 5 days to register, and you can actually check the course out in the description below. You can go to an Academy Plus website. आपको 27 जो क्लासेस हैं उनकी पूरा स्केड्यूल मिल जाएगा, किस दिन कब कौन सी क्या पढ़ाया जाएगा, राइट. एंड यू कैन एक्चुअली register for the course from the course. All right, thank you so much. Yeah, so Sharika, so it's 1,000 words, one essay, so it's about 2,000 words for two essays. All right, thank you so much. Have a great day.